Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful tier dress. It is a Princess That Bustier dress with multiple keyhole neckline and inner pockets. If you'd like to see how I made this lovely dress, please watch to the end of this video. To all returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are amazing as usual. I appreciate you all. And if this is your first time seeing my video, you're welcome. Please consider subscribing if you're yet to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to click the like button to like this video. For this tutorial, I'll be using this beautiful flowery fabric. I have 3 yards of this fabric, and this fabric is by 60, so I have 3 yards by 60. So for the upper bodice, I'll be using a Princess That Bustier pattern, which I already have, and the video of how I made this is already up on my channel. I'll be dropping the link in the description box. So if you're a big busted person, I'll also drop a link in the description box on how you can make a Princess That Bustier for a big busted person. So for this, I'm using for the front, I'm using a neckline of 4 inches, neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 4 inches, and for the back I'm using a neck width of 4 inches and a neck depth of 3 inches. That's for the neckline for this dress. Okay, so I'm going to use this to cut out, I'm going to use the pattern to cut out the front, the upper bodies, and the center front will be cut on fold. Okay, the side front will be cut 2 pieces and the back part will be cut 2 pieces as well. I'll cut linings for them as well. So this is the, I've cut out my fabrics, I've cut out the back 2 pieces with the lining. So all I have to do is sew in the dart and turn the neckline and the sides for the back. Okay, so for the front, I've also cut out my front with their lining. So for this, I'm lining the front part with the main fabric. Okay, so I've cut 2 pieces for the front. So for the lining piece, I ironed gum stay to it, and for the main piece, I ironed a soft interfacing to it. For the sides, I've cut 4 pieces, 2 pieces for the main piece, which I ironed soft interfacing, and the lining piece I ironed gum stay. So you can see what I have. Okay, I've cut out all this. So what I'm going to do will be to join the center front and the side fronts together. I'm going to join them using 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'll do that also for the lining pieces as well. I've joined the center front and the sides together, and I notched the seams and ironed them properly. Now to make my keyhole, I would place the center front, I will fold a paper and trace out the center front, okay, on this paper up to the bust point line. Okay, so this paper is on fold. I made this, I duplicated this for the keyhole, and I also have pieces of paper, 2 pieces of paper again, that has a length of about 6 inches and a width of 4 inches. So I'm going to use this paper to make a template for the keyhole. So I'm folding one of the papers into 2 equal parts, okay, to make a template for the center keyhole, and I'm going to rule a line at the top to have a straight line at the top. So from this straight line, I'm going to measure the length of the keyhole. I want the length of the keyhole to be 3.5 inches. So I'll measure from that line, I'll measure 3.5 inches downward. Okay, so when I measure this, I want the width of my keyhole to be 2 inches when open. Okay, and this paper is on fold, so I'm going to measure on that straight line, I'm going to measure inward 1 inch. When you open it, you have 2 inches. So I'm going to connect this 1 inch I measured to the length of 3.5 inches I measured downward. So I'm just going to connect these 2 points. So the keyhole shape is going to be triangular in shape. That's what I'm making now. Okay, so I've connected these 2 points. Okay, so you can go along with this line, but I want mine to be a bit open. I want it to be curvy, the connection. Okay, so I'm going to use a French curve to make this connection again. So I'm going to connect using a French curve from the 1 inch at the top to the 3.5 inches point. So that's what I'm doing now. I want it to be a bit curvy and not straight with the the first line I made. So I'm just making this with a French curve. After that, I'm going to cut this shape out. So this will serve as my template for the center front keyhole. After cutting this out, I would take the second piece of paper I have. I'm going to also fold it into two. So I'm going to use this to make the template for the side. I have 3 keyholes when you check the thumbnail. So the side keyholes, I want them to be shorter. So I'm just going to first of all rule a line and replicate what I have on the first keyhole. I'm tracing it out on this paper, okay, to have the exact same thing. So I would have 2 of these. But after tracing this out, the second template, I'm going to reduce the length by half an inch. I want it to be half inch shorter than the center keyhole. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and this will be used for the side keyholes, okay. So this is what I have for my template. Then for that paper I cut on fold, I'm going to open it up and then trace this template. Use the template to trace out the keyhole. For the center front, I'm going to pin it on the center of this paper, making sure that the crease on the template is matching the crease on the paper. Okay, you can see how I'm tracing it out so that it would be at the center, exactly at the center. After tracing this, I'm going to then go ahead and trace for the sides. So for the sides, I want the keyholes to be 1.5 inches apart. So I would measure to the right of the center keyhole 1.5 inches, and to the left I'll measure 1.5 inches apart. So the keyholes are going to be 1.5 inches apart from the center keyhole. Then I'm going to place that side piece, the second template, and trace out the side piece keyhole as I'm demonstrating. So after tracing this, I'm going to remove this template and place it to the other side, okay, and trace out the third keyhole. So after doing this, this is what I have, okay. I've removed my pins and you can see the keyholes on this pattern paper. So to sew it on the front neckline, I'm going to place the main piece and the lining piece right sides facing each other. Make sure they are matching very well. They will align at the center and at the sides. Everything should align properly, and I'll also align them with this paper, okay. So the neckline should align, the center front should align, and I'll pin them together. I'll then go ahead and sew on this shape, on the keyhole shape. I'll sew on the keyhole shapes like this, and then I'll turn the sides, okay. So I'll do all that and show you what I have. So I've sewn everything together, okay. You can see I've removed my pins. If you look at the back, you see my seam for the keyholes, okay. And I've sewn the sides. I sewed the 2 sides together. So I'm going to tear off the paper. It has served its purpose. I'm tearing it out to continue with my sewing. So after tearing it out, I'm going to cut through these keyhole shapes, okay. I'm going to cut through it, okay. So I'm cutting very close. If you watch, I'm cutting very close to my seam, but not through. I'm not cutting. I'll make sure I don't cut through the seam. I'll cut very close. That will be left with only 1/4 inch remaining away from the seams, okay. So that's what I'm doing now. After cutting this out, I'm going to notch, because you'd want this to relax properly. So I'm using my scissors to notch very close to the seam, but not through the seam. I'll notch all round before I turn this to the right side and then go to my ironing table and iron them properly. You have to iron properly, okay, so that everything would relax very well. So here I have the back. I've already sewn in the darts, turned the neckline and the sides, and I've ironed them properly. And for the front, I've also ironed as well. Okay, you can see what I have, but you can see that the neck is now bigger than what it was originally. So to gather the neck again, I'm going to go ahead and replicate the center front, okay. So I'm going to use my center front pattern, and place another fabric on another paper on fold and replicate it, okay. So this is going to be long from the neckline, it's 2 inches long, okay. So I just replicated this on fold just to use it to gather the neckline. So I'm going to pin the neckline of this dress, taking the shape of this paper, because this is the initial neckline I have. So I'm going to pin everything together. After pinning together, I'm going to cut a fabric on bias to use and turn the neckline. I'm going to use it to pipe the neckline, okay? And the width of this piece I cut is 1.5 inches. So if you don't know how to cut on bias, cutting on bias means that you're not cutting in a straight line on your fabric, okay? So you're going to cut in a diagonal manner like I'm demonstrating. So this way I'm cutting is when you cut on bias, so that when you cut, the piece you cut will be stretchy since you're using it to turn a curve, okay? The neckline is curvy. So that's how I'm going to use this my fabric, this piece I cut, to pipe the neckline, okay? So when I sew, I'll turn to the other side and sew again, okay? That will be for the neckline. After that, I'm going to place the back and the front right sides facing each other. Then I'm going to join them by the shoulders as I'm demonstrating, and I also sew the sides, okay? I'll join them by the sides. Then for the skirt parts, I'm going to know the length I need. I'm going to subtract the half length of 15 inches from the 55 inches, which is the full length. So that gave me 40 inches. Then this skirt is going to be have 2 tiers. The first tier is going to be 30 inches of length, and the second tier is going to be 10 inches of length. For the width of the first tier, I'm going to multiply the waist circumference by 3. You can multiply by 2 or 2.5 depending on the fabric you have. So when I multiplied, I had 93 inches, and I'm going to approximate that to 95, okay? So that means for the first tier, I'm going to cut a length of 30 by a width of 95 inches. Then for the second tier, I'm going to multiply 95 inches by 2. That will give me 190, okay? So that will give me 190. Sorry, I wrote 180 here, but I corrected that. So for the second tier, the length is going to be 10 inches plus 2 inches for hemming and for joining allowance by 190, okay? So for the first tier, I'll also add extra 1 inch to the length for joining allowance, okay? So that's what I'm going to cut. So when I cut out this width for the first tier, I'm going to divide that into 2, okay? Because I'm going to have pocket by the sides, and the back part I'm going to divide it further into 2 to enable me add the zip, okay, at the back. So I'll just gather that. For the second tier, I would hem one end, and I've woven one end of it, and I'll just gather it, okay? So that's what I'll do. I've piped the neckline. You can see the neckline. I'm going to tear off the paper. After doing that, I'll tear off the paper, okay? So you can see what I have. You can see the neckline. It's beautiful and it's relaxed as it is. Then I'll go ahead and then, the way I explained, join the shoulders and then the sides together. So for the skirt part, I've gathered the front piece of the skirt to half of the waist, okay, of the waist I'm working with, and then for the 2 back pieces, I've gathered it to quarter of the waist, okay, quarter of the waist measurement, including the zipper allowance, okay? So that's how I've gathered it. So I'm going to add pocket to this. I've cut out my pocket pieces, and I have 4 pieces, 2 pieces for each side of the pocket. This is going to be an inner pocket. So from the top part of my skirt, I will measure down 1.5 inches. That's where I'll start attaching the pocket piece from, on both sides, okay? So the way I'm going to place this pocket is going to be placed right side of the pocket piece on the right side of each side where I've measured down 1.5 inches, okay? So the right side of the pocket is facing the right side of the skirt piece. I would sew and then top stitch towards the pocket piece for each side, okay? So then I'm going to place them this way. After doing that, I'll place them this way and then sew everything down. I'll do the same thing for the other side. After doing that, I'm then going to attach the upper bodies to this first tier, okay, using 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay? I'll attach that. After attaching that, I'm going to also attach my zipper and close the back. After that, I'll then attach this last tier to the lower part, okay? So I've done all that. I've attached everything. You can see my zipper. I've installed my zipper. I also attach lining to the lower part. So if you don't know how to do this, I'll be dropping a link on how I made a gathered gown, a gathered dress where I attached lining, okay? So you can see the dress, everything is set, everything is done, okay? So this is what I have. And for the sleeve, I attached a ruche sleeve, And I have on this channel how you can make a ruched sleeve. I will be dropping the link as well in the description box so that you can see how I made how to make a ruched sleeve. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. We've come to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe, also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Bye.